How is everyone doing today? Can all of y'all hear me? Boy, do I have something special for you today. Today is going to be a jam-packed live. There's going to be a lot in this live, okay? There's going to be a lot. I could tell you that. I'm stressing out by how much I'm going to tell you guys today. Okay, so the stock price is down right now for Clover Health, and that has to do with a couple of things with Russia, and also the Federal Reserve is talking today, okay? So if you guys just coming on in here, let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if my mic is audible. If you guys can do me a favor, can you please post this on StockTwits? I really don't want retail to, unfortunately, sell at a loss. So please, okay, you guys, okay, beautiful, Rudy, beautiful. Yeah, please, guys, if you can. How you doing, Mopar? How are you doing? It's a pleasure. It's not alive without you here, so it's a pleasure. Boy, do I have something planned for you guys. There's a lot of information we're going to give you guys, and there's so much research in this video right now. So just, you know, sit back, relax, and if you guys have any questions, drop them up in the chat, okay? Get a beverage. You know what I mean? So Clover Health right now, let me just take a look at what it's currently trading. It's trading $2.68 right now. It is down 13%. You know, this is the time where people make stupid decisions that unfortunately they're going to regret. This, you know, again, the stock prices of these companies are disassociated from the actual fundamentals of the business. And I'm going, in order for me to show you that, in order for me to teach you that, I have to show you history back from 2007. Even then, I have graphs and I'm going to show you from 1928. What I'm trying to give you guys, I'm giving you experience, and I'm trying to translate my experience and download it into your brain, or upload it, right? So this is, so if you guys can please, more than one, post this on StockTwits, get the word out. I want people to on all platforms here to understand what the hell's going on. I don't really work with StockTwits. Someone told me that it's a great platform, so someone can help me out. Get this video out here because I really want people to see this data, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to share this beautiful screen here. All right. So let's get started here. So how's everyone doing today? Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I've been uploading a lot of videos lately. I just wanted to get a couple things straight. People are starting to realize AMC is a terrible investment. Well, I wouldn't, you know, there's obviously always an explanation for the manipulation. It's just right now there's just a lot going on in the market, right? You have Fintel is down, which is a place where I have an API where I collaborate with them and get information. But if you look at it, guys, the whole market's down. The Russell 2000 is down 2.17%. The NASDAQ is down 1.61%. The Dow is just hanging on there at 0.11%. And you have the S&P down 0.55%. So that's a good question here. Let's post this up here just to answer it before we get into the meat and grind of all of this. So based off of my calculations and the money loss, I expect them to do another share dilution maybe by Q3 or Q4 of 2022 of this year. So that's something, hey, that's good. It's good to hear. I'm happy that everyone's making money. Our stocks and our short squeeze stocks are doing really good in our private Discord channel. Mulan was one of the stocks that a lot of our Patreon members were talking about. So I'm, you know, congratulations. Kill it, man. Kill it. Absolutely. So yeah, in terms of the dilution, yes, I do believe there's going to be a dilution at the end of the year. And I'm going to be making a separate video about that specifically. They're just, you know, they got to fix their cash burn. But right now, how bad could it be for Clove? Let me see here. How bad could it be for Clove if we have a market crash any day now. Okay, so we're going to be talking about this. There's just one graph I have in my mind I want to show you, but I'll just remind myself to tell you and verbalize it here. But there's a lot. So let's get started with this. It's just to give a quick answer here, and then we're going to go dive deep into this. This question, Rudy, you have is of utmost importance. Okay. So the quick answer is that the stock has already been beaten down a lot. So the downward pressure on it is somewhat limited because there's a lot of buying pressure. So Clover Health has approximately 800 and something million. Let me pull it up here. We're very fast here at Al Stock Trades. We don't F around. Okay. So let's take a look at the cash here. We'll give you the answer right now. They got approximately $791 million of cash. Okay. So let's go ahead here. Let's go back up to where I wanted it, because we're going to be doing an intrinsic value calculation again, so I can show you guys. That's why I said, make sure you post this on StockTwits, Reddit, whatever. Make sure you get it out there, because I want people to learn, because this is unfortunate. There's a lot of issues. Look at all the data I have for you guys. There's so much data. There's so much to talk about. So much. Why would they want to hurt investors in the S&P and do a dilution if they have that much cash? You see, that's the thing. Clover, and I'm going to be making a separate video on this, but Clover Health is burning approximately, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, $200 million of cash every single quarter. So if you take that, approximate it, they're looking to have enough money solid for a year. And usually, just like Andrew Toy stated, they like to raise cash before they need it, and it doesn't hurt investors. You see, a share dilution is going to hurt AMC investors because they've diluted the crap out of the stock. But when it comes to Clover Health, they're growing, guys, at a 160% year-over-year basis, and they need that, right? If you're just a movie theater company serving popcorn, there's no reason why you need to dilute your shares. You get what I'm trying to say? Clover Health is two businesses in one. All right. You got the insurance side, and you also got the Clover Assistant, which is the artificial intelligence side. All right. So let's get into this. Al, can we research any stocks on the $9.99 package? Absolutely. You can research any stocks. And for people that are interested, this is exactly what Mopar is talking about. Let me just go really brief here, really quickly here. This is our package that we're talking about right now. And what that is you can see our students here. They're looking at SoFi, looking at AlgoFlow. This guy looking at an NVIDIA and using our artificial intelligence technology to predict whether it's a good swing trade or not. So we'll talk about this at the end. But yes, you can literally, to answer the short question, you can look at any stock you want until you're blue in the face. There is no limit. It's unlimited. Okay, let's see. Let's answer a couple of questions, and then we're going to get into the details here. AMC hasn't done a share offering in about a year. So here's the thing. If you haven't looked at my recent video, I calculated their short-term debt versus their long-term debt. In fact, maybe this might be beneficial. I might be able to show it for you guys later. Okay, bud. All right. So let me just answer this question real quick, because it's going to answer Clover Health questions as well. So it'll be beneficial for the Clover community to actually learn this. Okay. So this will be beneficial. Give me one moment here. Let me open up the AMC, my AMC folder here. Okay, so let me go ahead and open that up. All right. So, Mr. Bud, it's very true. You're correct. They have $1 billion in cash, but let me correct you. They actually have $1.87 billion in cash, right? So you might say to yourself, well, that's good. This is for AMC, guys, really quickly to answer this question here. They also have a short-term liabilities of $1.79 billion. So if they were, and this is due soon, within the next 18 months, in fact, within the next 12 months, look at their long-term assets and long-term liabilities. AMC is at the essentially, they have a high probability of getting corporate restructure, aka bankruptcy. Okay, if they were to pay off their short-term debts, yeah, they have enough money, but they'll only have $80 million in cash left. They're approximately burning with their $60 million cash burn every quarter that they're experiencing. They need a share dilution, whether investors like it or not. So it's true. They do need a dilution, but we'll talk about that in our AMC section here. This is for Clover, but yeah, if you have more questions, I'll still answer them. All right. Okay, last question. Since we know the 28 area is possible since the last squeeze, do you see the going back up to the... So I don't know about short term between next year or 2023, but I know for a fact 2025, this stock is going to 16x. I know for a fact that by 2025 and beyond, possibly a little longer, but I want to say 2025, this stock is going to 16x, and I'm going to show you my intrinsic value calculation on why I think that. And it's all based off of Clover's numbers. Okay. So, or are we dependent on a squeeze? So this is not dependent on a squeeze, but however, people are going to think that and let them, because then we'll sell it to them. Okay. All right, let's get to business here. So as you can see here, guys, this is the S&P 500. And unfortunately, you get a lot of people that are shorting the stocks, and you get to a point where history repeats itself. And luckily, this graph is from 2007. And as you can see here, this is the net call put value, right? So if the call put value ratio is decreased, it means that there are more puts than there are calls, because the puts is in the denominator, right? Simple algebra math we learned back in elementary school. But to easily address this, we put the put value here. And as you can see, the put value is at its highest. So why do we care about this? Well, if you haven't realized this by now, the stock market is forward looking. So if you're doing what the market's doing right now, you are late. You will lose money. You need to think in advance, which is why I published a video for ExxonMobil in November. And I said, hey, buy this. And guess what? You would have doubled your money. So if you look at this, we don't get these signals too far often, but look at these crazy signals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And every time we hit the signal, we approach a rebound like we have not seen before. And I have other signals that I'm going to show you, but look at this. This is one bullish indicator. Now, if you look at the QQQ short interest surge amid the high inflation prints, we are looking pretty damn hot, which means that we have never seen the NASDAQ shorted to this level since literally 2018. You know what that means? That means if you want to talk about short squeezes, it means that the tech sector is going to come in a rampage. Once money starts flowing, and let me just quickly show you guys here in our private Discord channel. Let me show you the sector rotation graph, because it's better to illustrate that here. If you look at the sector rotation graph here, you look at this yellow here. This is energy, as you can see right here. Let me zoom in here so you can see that's energy, right? And if you look at the sector rotations right now, money's more in energy and utilities, right? But look at financials and technologies. Luckily, we are a healthcare company, but we're also a tech company. But once this literally flips, and I'll tell you on average when it should flip, we are looking pretty damn good, okay? So let's go back to here. So what this basically tells me is that once the market flips, all of the money that you have basically seen flow out of Clover, it will flow in so heavily. And this is the time to literally dollar cost average. This is the time. All right, let's go ahead. Okay, good. So let's continue. And please post this on StockTwits and Reddit. Just make sure people see this, because I need to give you guys this experience. It's almost like a vaccine. I know you guys hate that word now, but it's like a vaccine I'm trying to give you to teach your brain, essentially giving you guys some experience in the market. FYI, Mullen's about to explode. Shorts ran out of powder, short interest upwards. Hey, man, that's beautiful. Hey, if people can see that on the side, go for it. You know what I mean? Exactly. For me, I would totally, but right now, my goal is to help you guys and to teach. Clover's down 14%. What a great discount. Exactly. I'm going to leave that up there while I explain this. Exactly. So as you can see here, this is the time, guys. This is the time. I'm telling you. All right. So check this out. We're literally getting Chelsea Clinton's prices, right? Hey, shout out to the Clinton family. All right, so as you can see here, the lowest since November 2008. Look at this tech essentially is near the most oversold levels in the history. And as you can see here, every time we get these tech sell-offs here, we get a rebound, okay? So look at this, guys. This is data I'm collecting from multiple great thinkers that have predicted market outcomes. So now let's talk about disaster. So let's open up this. And I want to make this interactive. So I want to, ask questions, okay? Ask questions. I'll stop and I'll, you know what I mean? And I'll, this is a community, okay? All right. The sector rotation graph is something I've been trying to visually see for years. And that graph is worth its weight in gold. Exactly. And I think you are in our Patreon group, right? So if you haven't seen it yet, it's under our market summary as well with our heat maps, notable earnings. And also, so you can click it on here and then you'll be able to see it. And I'll update it ever so frequently. And then our other AI system will upgrade it to where it can do it. So you can do it on your phone, search it in real time. Okay, so let's go back. Oh, sorry. Let's go back here. So guys, people are scared. Oh, we may hit a recession. Oh, look at the largest pullbacks. These are the largest pullbacks we've ever seen, right? In theory, right? There's other ones, but look at the returns a year later. There's still some more, right? Look at the returns. Look at these phenomenal returns. 30%, 43%, 36%, 32%, 33%, 44%. Guys, listen, this is the S&P 500. If the S&P 500 goes up 57%, what do you think is going to happen to stocks? Single stocks, individual stocks, they're going to explode, okay? Seriously, a lot of millionaires are going to be made with the decisions that you can implement right now. All right. And here's a question mark right now for the crash that technically we're experiencing. Question mark. What's it going to be? Well, I will tell you right now, what we're experiencing right now is the dot-com bubble crash. Okay. The beautiful part is the markets have become so efficient that crash took 3, 4, 5 years to recover. And no, my apologies. No. It took 3, 4, 5 years to bottom. With the market efficiencies, with the Robinhood Webull, and you can get the Webull five free stocks. I think today is the last day. That link down below, make sure you get that. We all can essentially go into the market now to where the rebounds are so freaking fast now that the market's so efficient. So we're going to be able to see this probably within a year or two. Look at what happened to the coronavirus. All right, let's go ahead and answer some questions here. Yep, picked up shares in the recent week's dollar. Yes, DCA. That is, the best method, okay? And didn't know if I'd even be able to buy this. I'm surprised I'm still able to buy literally under $3. Okay, how far? I hope it falls as far as low. I hope it goes back to the $1.98. Why are you so against AMC? AMC is a short squeeze play too. Okay, the reason why I'm against AMC is because of they're going to do a share dilution. And if you looked at my most recent videos, and I will answer that question, make sure you ask it again. The insiders are actually selling. They're selling the stock. And who's buying it? Retail. I just don't want to get retail screwed over. That's all. So we'll be talking about AMC real quick. In terms of the whole AMC and NFT, we already know that the whole metaverse play is very expensive, hence why Facebook has been decreasing. But we're going to answer this really quickly. I want to make sure we just get this Clover news out, all right? But we will go ahead and do an AMC. In fact, I'll even do an AMC dedicated live stream if you guys want that, and I'll answer all of your AMC questions. Just make sure you answer them at the end of the live, okay? All right. So as you can see here, guys, the stock's return years later, a year is phenomenal. Okay. So now that we have this, now let's go ahead and let's talk data. Okay. So these are essentially statistical data models that we basically extrapolated all the way from 1928. Yes, you heard me. 1928 all the way to 2022. Okay. You guys have a lot of information here. Okay. And what this basically tells you is every time the S&P 500 has essentially like companies have decreased by 10% drawdowns, it basically shows you that the pullback is usually positive with a positive win rate at 100%, giving you a median return of 12 to 18%. So in layman's terms, if you didn't get all that, the layman's terms of this research basically tells you is that in the next 2 to 3 months, we might see a rebound. I know that might sound crazy, but I believe the market's looking, everyone's sitting on the sidelines now. The market is looking for a deep down. I'm talking like just a knife going down in the market. We just need one more solid red, crazy, bearish week. And as soon as we get that, there's going to be a crazy rebound. But the beautiful part is we don't know when that's going to happen. So you can dollar cost average around along that way. Okay, so now let's look at the Nasdaq Composite after 16 weeks after a 1-year high, but then you get a greater than 20% drawdown, which is what we've been experiencing. Look at the medium return rates 2 months after. Guys, listen, these are healthy cyclations of the market. This is healthy, okay? And the beautiful part is, since we know Clover Health is a great investment, and I will basically go ahead and explain to you the intrinsic value calculation after we go ahead and talk about all of this crazy stuff here, okay? Look at the smart money confidence, okay? Every time this peaks, the smart money is buying. And you can see smart money is very strategic of when they buy. And right now, we're hitting a signal now where smart money is stepping in. And if you look at the win rate here, every time these mother effers step in, 91% win rate, and literally within 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months later, there's a positive percent return. And this is literally in the S&P. And let me be very clear. A 5% return in the S&P is usually experienced within a year. This is within a couple months. If you look at the smart money to dumb money confidence spread, you can see that, again, it takes the ratio. Smart money is institutional investors. Dumb money is, again, I pay money to get access to this material. And I'm trying to give it to you guys in the best form possible, which is just through this live stream. So if you have any questions, please ask them. Okay? All right. So can you please tack GME into that AMC live stream? Of course, Frank, I will certainly do. Hell yeah, I got you. All right, so as you can see here, the smart money is stepping in, and as we talked about, this gives you guys an average win rate 2 months later with 92% with an average return of almost 9%. And these are the win rates, and you can see this is literally from 2001 to 2020, and that basically takes all that data, and we found that these signals are triggered, and every time these signals are triggered, there's a 92% win rate, and guess what? It was just triggered, okay? So there's that. So I hope that was clear. Now, let's go ahead and let's talk about this really quickly. This is extremely, extremely important. Let me just take a quick coffee break. Then let me just read some questions here. Okay. All right. Hell yeah, don't be sad. Don't be sad. The people that basically sold Amazon at $99, they're biting themselves right now. They're biting. Exactly, man. There's people, you're doing really good, man. You're getting a better average than Chamath. I would say 1 if they become profitable by next year. I would say 1, but I always assume the worst. I would say 2 to 3. I doubt it, but I would say max 2. I have to take a look at it. They might, but can someone correct me? Are they not already in the Russell? It does track with the Russell, though. I don't think they've gotten in yet, but someone help me with that. Okay, so let's look at the V2 money supply. Who knows what the M2 money supply is for stocks? Does anyone know what this is? Essentially, in layman's terms, this tracks all of your guys' money. I know the government can be intrusive, right? But as you can see now, people are not spending their cash, which means that there's going to be an economic slowdown, especially when oil prices always reach a freaking high. There always seems to be a recession that follows. Another thing that I want you guys to look at is look at the Treasury yield here, okay? Every day, the Treasury Department releases a 1-month to 30-year projection. If you want to understand the future of the stock market, you gotta look at the projections. You gotta look at this data. This gives you the future of the market. Okay, I want to have if this is the first time you've ever seen this, this is why in our Mastering Stock Market course, we like to teach this stuff. This gives you the future of the stock market, okay? So I went ahead and I graphed the most recent one and look at what you see. And I just put this on Excel here. You know, we're not fancy, right? Only in our private Discord channel, we have our AI system, okay? But check this out here, guys. Check this out. If you look at the 2-year and compare it to the 10-year, wouldn't you want to be paid more interest on the 10-year? What this tells you is that we are starting to see a slope down, essentially called an inverted yield curve. Have you ever heard of what an inverted yield curve is? It is the most predictive measure of a recession that is coming. Now, we don't know when this is coming. It could come, who knows, right? But this is what's on everyone's mind right now, right? Especially, but I'm going to show you guys some data regarding what is smart money doing with their buying of tech companies. Why are they doing this? Is there something that they know that we don't know? So these are all questions that I have, and I hope that we can go ahead and answer them here. Okay, so check this out. If you go ahead and take the 10-year minus the 2, and every time it goes down, that means the 10 years inverting, an inverted yield curve, you always seem to get a recession. Look at that. COVID was weird, but then we're down again. Recession. Okay, guys? So a recession may be coming. So someone asked me a question in the beginning of the live. What's going to happen? Is there a recession coming? And the answer is yes. From the data, from the economic data. Again, I'm an academic. We like to keep this purely academic, okay? So then now, if you look at the smart money, the dumb money, we already talked about this. We already talked about each and every one of this. Okay, so if you were to track the XLK, this tracks all the tech companies. You can see a lot of insiders are buying right now, aka Chelsea Clinton is lumped up with this. If you compare this now with the corporate insider buyings in terms of other companies, insiders are not buying right now. Why are they buying tech stocks? Because they're undervalued. Again, you got to do opposite of what the market is doing. That's how you make money. There's people right now buying energy stocks. It's too late. You might make some, but it's too late. Okay. Again, smart money is buying, dumb money is selling. Always seems to happen. And then when obviously smart money sells, dumb money buys. And the cycle continues. Again, how long is this geopolitical war going to end? And when is it going to rebound in the market? On average, it takes 22 days to 49 days. Just think of it this way. Give it a year or two, we should be fine. Unless we go into nuclear destruction. And by then, it wouldn't matter because we'll all be dead. Okay, that was a joke. Okay. All right. So, all right. That was a joke. Okay. So now let's talk about our intrinsic value calculation. This is our proprietary, I would say, the best intrinsic value calculator you can find. I molded it within my hands. You can find it within our Mastering Stock Market course link down below. I put a coupon code down there for people that are interested. What we're going to do right now is we're going to calculate the intrinsic value of the Clover Health stock. I'm going to show you guys what the worth is, which is why I told you to share this to a lot of StockTwits people. Share this, share this, share this. I want people to know what they hold, because this is something that no one's talking about. Guys, listen, this is the same story as Amazon, okay? The same story. The company is growing over 100% year over year, but the stock is down literally 80%. But it's very clear, guys, probably even more at this point. It's very clear something doesn't add up right. Deep down, you all know something does not add up right, okay? So we're going to be doing our intrinsic value calculation. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys where I'm going to get these numbers from. So Seeking Alpha is incorrect, but they're correct on the 2018, which not a lot of people post this because it's an incomplete S1 form in terms of the SEC filing, but we use it because it's important. It's data from Clover Health. Then we're going to use 2019 and we're going to use 2020's number, and then 2021 is incorrect. It is not 1361, which is essentially 1.3 billion. No, it's going to be 1472. That is the one that they just basically posted. Take a breath. Okay. All right. Sorry. All right. So there's a lot going on. I'm just trying to make sure we get all this. Okay. So We have a couple of our students here utilizing our AI right now, but I'm going to just go ahead and let's use our AI in real life right now just to get some data for Clover Health so we can talk about this. And let me ask some questions, answer some questions that we may be having right now. Okay, so let me go here. Oh, by the way, I'm updating my computer, so it's going to run a lot smoother and faster. It's just medicine computers versus live stream computers in terms of content creation. Totally two different worlds. You're gonna need like a graphics card. I don't know what the hell that one was. I'm not a gamer, so we will get better on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and answer some questions here. Okay. Yeah, I think there's going to be limited downside. The downside has definitely been really heavy already. We've already paid the price for that. Exactly. They have been buying. And I made a video for Clover Health, and I will keep repeating it regarding how many buys that's happened. But if you it's in our Patreon group here regarding all of the buys that these institutions have. So these are all of our group members here. We have one person posting our intrinsic value calculation to essentially motivate them to understand, what they hold, which is beautiful. These are all of the insiders that have been buying, and look at all this. These are all the insiders. We track all the insider buys for Clover in our Patreon group. And these are all of the people that essentially closed off their short positions. Okay. And the sad part is if you look at retail from February 13 to 16, they literally went from a 52% ownership to a 39% ownership. They sold while institutions and venture capitalists increased their positions. How sad. And now insiders bought a little too now. Chelsea Clinton. Okay, so let's go back to our AI here. I just wanted to answer that question right now regarding institutional investors. So hopefully that was helpful. Okay, so let's go back here. Where's the AI here? We're going to go to options flow. Okay. All right, so I may enter this in the wrong area, but it's fine right now. We'll just stick with it here. So the beautiful part about our AI, we can do these projections where this is called a Monte Carlo projection, where essentially tells you where the stock could head. And as you can see right now, what it's predicting here is predicting that it could possibly go down lower with all this uncertainty in the market, which is honestly good. So you guys can dollar cost average around this way, because I don't think we'll ever see these prices. So again, you can use the Monte Carlo projection for any stock you want. As you can see, I just literally typed in the projections for Clover here, and I guess you can also, just to show you guys, you can also use SoFi here. You do SoFi, and it also gives you the projections for SoFi, right? I know SoFi's been going down, so but yeah, so there's that. So this is what we think right now, what the AI systems think right now for the Monte Carlo projections. It's thinking that this is kind of the bull, the base, and the bear case right now of what's going to happen, right? So that's good. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's take a look at resistance levels really quickly before we go into our fundamental analysis here. Let's use our technical analysis. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at Clover Health, but let's take a look at the minute chart, okay? So I put an extra space. Let me, doesn't matter. Okay, great, cool. All right, so as you can see here, we are hit. So here, okay, again, if you break a level of support, it turns into a future resistance. Pure TA plays, okay, guys? So right now we have a support at $2.68, as you can see here. So let's take a look at what it's trading at right now. I like the actual number. So yeah, it's literally at 266. So it's kind of broke that. So the next level of support would be at $2.48. And this is for the minute chart. Again, any experienced person, and this is using our artificial intelligence technology. Any experienced person would say we also have to take a look at the hour chart as well, along with the day. Let me just do the space here. So once it does that, give it a couple seconds to send you the information. There it is. So as you can see right now, again, $2.60 here. We are hitting this particular level of support. So we might rebound. We will see. Again, this is helping you artificially inflate your intelligence, which is the point of an AI. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the day really quickly here. So the day chart right here, it's looking that it just crossed the $2.78. The next level of support is $2.20. Again, you use that, all of that with the Monte Carlo projections. Okay, and then now last but not least, let's take a look at the week, which I personally like. I like the minute and the week. So by doing that, let's go ahead and see. So again, $3.09 is the resistance here. And then now $2.20. So it might go down and test the $2.20 resistance. And if that's the case, I'm going to be one happy person. Okay, so now that we got this, now let's go ahead and take a look at the dark pools. Okay, so let's see, are there any people that bought within the dark pool right now? And yes, we have access to dark pool information all on our private Discord channel, which you can have access to in the link down below for under $10. So it's really remarkable. I put it cheap on purpose. So as you can see right now, a lot of investors are coming in right now. These, you won't be able to track these on Fintel, right? These are dark pools, right? So we got a dark pool at $2.70 for 1.33 million shares that were bought today. We got a dark pool at $2.49 for 1.2 million shares. So people are buying right now. So what this basically tells me is the dark pool levels for Clover Health, people are buying, okay? So let's go ahead and I might not explain these ones here. I'm just curious to see if there's anything useful. Okay, so these are not insignificant. 34,000, not a lot compared to the dark pools. I want to make sure I share with you guys as much as I can. So yeah, the market's pretty, I would say bearish now because it's, all puts right now. So, which is, as you can see here, it's very bearish, which we already know because I told you earlier within the beginning of the presentation is that we are at peak put value right now. We are at peak put value, which basically means, once we hit the signal, we usually rebound. Which basically tells you that we might be in for another short squeeze, right? Because the markets will get this wrong. And again, once you have the technical analysis, fundamental analysis, artificial intelligence analysis, and sentimental analysis, all and short interest analysis, all geared into your investment thesis, and essentially you get a confluence of data. Holy smoke and moly, guys. We're in for a treat. Okay, so there's that. Let's take a look at more data here. Let's look at unusual flow. For Clover. So we can't see any, there's no data for unusual flow. Okay. Let's take a look at our algo flow. Now, if people don't understand what algo flow is, just give you guys just a brief, quick thing. If you go to Flow Algo, it's a real-time options flow data. The problem is if you look at the pricing here, it's try for 2 weeks for $37, and after that it's $99 a month. And that's if you pay annually. It's usually $150, but you get this all included. I bring it to you guys to make it easy for you. So that's what Flow Algo is. It essentially gives you all this information. So let's go ahead and do. So yeah. So right now, the AI is trying to calculate the algo flow. Just recently, it was up and then down, and then now it's changing direction. Because earlier it was going up, and now we see that the puts and option traders are essentially wanting to short the market. So you see how much data that you guys can get from all this. So let's go ahead and let's look at a greater dark pool analysis here. We have another dark pool code here. And there's other codes too. I can't do all of them. So we don't have any more dark ones here. Let's take a look at what our AI says right now, artificial intelligent technology. Okay, so our artificial intelligent technology with our Monte Carlo projection is basically saying that Clover Health for a swing trade, there might be some more negative downward pressure, as well as the combined AI and intraday shows it's going to be bearish. However, options though is going to be bullish. And again, we have our options auto AI, which basically tells you when to buy and sell. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our technical analysis, artificial intelligent analyzes our TA here. This is great for people that are learning TA as well. So as you can see right now, we are above the 100 MA, 200 MA, 20 here. We have the RSI divergence. The stock is overbought right now, and there's a strong downward trend. Okay, there it is. So it seems that from a TA perspective, the stock could go down even further. But again, that's good if you're dollar cost averaging. So that was essentially an example of how you would use our artificial intelligence technology, but I wanted to provide it to the Clover Health community for free. So you guys can see like what we see here on our Patreon group. Again, if you want access to this, it's literally $10 a month, less than $9.99. And there's a link down below. But enough with that. Let's go ahead and do our intrinsic value calculation. But first, let's answer some questions. Okay. Let me go back up here. I want to make sure I ask your questions, guys. So please drop questions in so we can have a beautiful discussion. I like the lives so we can engage together. Okay. Don't be shy. We're a friendly community here, so please ask questions. All right. Okay, yes. I can't wait to see Mulan. People can take advantage. Go for it. Getting hammered just like Clove, holding all my growth stocks. Yeah, use our AI system to see, what's a great time to, you might also do a short-term place too, along with your long-term. Hi, Al, long-term investor in Clove here. Was invested before I knew about your channel, but appreciate the content. Another stock that you might want to follow in your Discord is, oh, hell yeah. I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and just in real time here. There's so many channels here, guys. Oh my God. Where's the feedback? Here, I'll just put it here for now in terms of the feedback. You said ENTEF. Okay, we'll definitely take a look at that. We're a friendly community here. We read everyone's comment. All right, so good. I'm seeing a lot of Mulan. Yes, okay. Hard to stay positive on Clove afterwards after the future dilution and basically current recession. It definitely is, but again, this is the time where money is made. This is how the stock market is at. The money printer go birthing was a beautiful anomaly. This is how the market is. This is the real market. Okay. It's not for everyone. It's more psychological than you, honestly. Okay. Can you do these projections for Wish at some point, please? Oh, yes, we definitely will. We did a short intrinsic value calculation for Wish, but I'll definitely do a live stream for Wish. But if you want to get it faster, because, again, market timing, please sign up to our Patreon. It's you can cancel at any time if you don't like it. But yes, perfect. Billions of revenue. Just joined. Woohoo. Hey, man, we're happy to have you here. It's an honor and privilege. I hope that we just provide you the best information possible. When are we hitting so I would say by 2025, and we're going to do an intrinsic value calculation. Okay. Let's go ahead here. It is hard to program my own Monte Carlo projection for stocks. I know how to code, and I have a good math background. So yeah, so just come on over and use ours. I mean, honestly, and if you want lifetime access to it, we have it on our Mastering Stock Market course, which you'll never find anywhere. So we want to make sure retail is getting a good deal. This normally costs $100 to $200 a month, but I'm doing such a, again, I want to get a fair shakeout for retail investors. So that's the goal. So my portfolio is negative 90% like last year. I'm hoping so too. I'm hoping so too. It's a great time to dollar cost average. Wow, I could not resist the price of PLTR. Bought more. Yes, we need to do an intrinsic value calculation for PLTR. It is so on my list. And Kathy Woods, what the hell are you doing? Oh my God. Okay, can you show top 10 short squeezes? Exactly. So for people that are in our private Discord channel, every single day we post our top short squeezes of what's happening in the market here, and this is what basically pulled up in terms of our squeeze profile. And these are our results. There's just so much into this Discord. There's like a Bloomberg terminal in here, and these are our results. We have been successfully making money every week. We're talking literally 18x your money in the 1,000% returns. Okay, guys. All right, let's go ahead and answer more questions. Thank you. No, thank you so much. It's a privilege. It's a privilege and honor. And please comment down below. It's a gaming company growing. So yeah, if it's in the Corsair space, I would love to go over revenue growth over last year. Little no debt. That's really good. That's really good. New watcher. Thanks for what you do. Hey, it's a privilege and honor to help you guys out. There's a lot of FUD out there. There's a lot of analysts that are just garbage. And there's also a lot of YouTubers that pump other bad stocks, AMC, right? And I know there's people that don't like that to hear that, but I will explain to you why. Just watch the previous videos I talked about. I try to give you guys the best information possible. All right, now let's go to our intrinsic value calculation. So let's go ahead and get this done. All right, so I'm going to move this up here. All right, let me just take a breather here for a sec. All right, so. And by the way, that was a lot of information in 46 minutes. I mean, come on, that's a lot, right? So let's go ahead and do the R for revenue. In fact, let's put the R here. R for revenue. And we're going to take information from 2018, 2019, 2021, 2022. So the reason why we're going to say 2022 is they gave us a projection. They said that they believe Clover Health is going to hit at least exceed $3 billion in 2022. They said a little higher. I'm just going to keep it at 3 billion, right? We like to be conservative here. Okay. So we're going to put 3 billion. I know that says 3,000, but again, these are in millions. Okay. So for 2021, they made 1472, right? 1.4 billion. Okay, again, if you guys want access to this calculator 24/7, search any stock you want. It'll be in the Mastering Stock Market course link down below. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 2019 numbers here. 2019 is 454.7, and then 2018 is 281. Again, guys, this is going to be a tech play too. So I think these numbers are going to be even higher. However, excuse me, just to be conservative, we're just going to take, I would say 10% of the revenue, but we'll just be conservative here. Let's do take 0.7. Again, investing is more like an art. You take that, and what we're essentially doing is we're estimating the free cash flow. This is incorrect. This is 70%. It's going to be 0.07 because 7 divided by 100 is 7%. So 0.07. We're going to equals this, multiply it by this. Okay. And we'll do a couple calculations so we get an average approximation. Okay. Please let me know if this doesn't make any sense. I will stop and explain. Again, I'm here to serve each and every one of you guys. All right. It's bounced so much from the bottom. I'll definitely take a look. Comment down below, and if you're in our Patreon group, add it on to our feedback list or in our exclusive daily chat. Big Al in the house. Keep up the good work. Oh, hell yeah. No, welcome. Hey, it's an honor and privilege. You're going to love our Patreon. It's literally, your head's going to explode once you see all this. Just try to take deep breaths. There's a lot in there. Okay. So now let's go ahead and go to 2018. They made 281 million, and then in 2022 we're expecting 3 billion. Okay, so that means they're going to be growing on average 81%. Okay, So then now we're going to go ahead and place these estimated free cash flows that we got down here. 19.67, 31.829. Again, we like to be accurate. We're going to put each number 103.04, 210. Okay, so there's that. Now we also want to take a look at the number of outstanding shares. And to find that, you can go to Morningstar, Seeking Alpha, but the number of outstanding shares is 470.85. And as soon as you do that, just watch the numbers here. The green is the bull, the gray is the base, and the bear case is the red. I want you to watch this. And then on our graph, though, the base is the orange. The reason why I don't have the colors matching is because this is already gray, and you don't want to have a gray on gray background. Okay. So as you can see here, oh, that's incorrect. False alarm. Don't get too excited. That's not right. Give me one moment here. There it is. Okay. So I wanted to do something different here. Okay. I wanted to give you guys a 5 short-term time horizon. Okay. These are for people that are extremely conservative, that they want the absolute price target of the company. And the price target is as follows. This is just taking their numbers. We didn't do anything special here. Okay. If you want the absolute, the bear case is $19.14. The base case is $25.11. And the bull case is $35. Now again, this is just for 2022 numbers. This is for $3 billion. By 2025, they should be making at least $5 billion. You understand me? So by doing that, let's go ahead and put the 5 billion here. This is for 2025. And then we'll put 5 billion 2025. And as you can see, these are the values that you would be getting. So again, I hope you memorize that other value of $35. But on average, if we utilize the 2025 numbers, and once Russia cools its jets, and unfortunately Ukraine is going to be taken over, and once the market calms down, inflation subsides, gas and oil prices come down, election cycles switch, and we have a more of a, sadly, division where Republicans and Democrats are in office. That means the market likes that. It means nothing will pass. Clover is poised to win, because the difference between all these other businesses is that we all grow old. And whether you're a Republican or Democrat, you want a company like Clover. Okay, so these are kind of the average price targets here. And they'll be growing it at 51%, as you can see. 51%. That sounds fair, doesn't it? 51%. It sounds more fair. Sounds more doable, doesn't it? Right? And if they decrease lower than that, and I'm afraid, this is one thing I'm afraid, is that you guys are going to hate me once these price targets have reached. Some of you may hate me when I say I'm selling. And you guys might say, oh, this guy's spreading FUD. So don't do that. Don't do that to me, okay? But understand that these are the price targets. And my price target for Clover, which you can find in our group here under price targets. Again, there's other stocks that I talk about. There's just not a lot of time in the day to make a video about it. There is Mara. I make videos about gold, ticker symbol, which the U.S. senators already bought. Shopify, S Square, XPO. I just talk about so many different stocks. But for Clover, guys, my price target's simple. $48, guys. 48 by 2025. 16x. You put in 100,000, 1.6 mil. So that is essentially what I think is going to happen. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. It's just my personal opinion. But I'm using the numbers that they give me. Unless there's no market disaster, there's no X, Y, and Z, I would prefer a recession happening now, which means we'll be able to rebound faster. And how do I know that? Easy. Because of this data here, because this table right here. S&P 500 index pulled back during a midterm year, but guess what? 1 year later, look at the outcomes. The average return is 32%, and that's for an S&P 500. So I hope that was great data for you. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've missed, and it seems to me that we are all in the clear. Okay, guys, let's answer some questions, and that was all literally less within an hour. How much have you learned? Imagine our Mastering Stock Market course, and to all of our students, you guys are in for one heck of a ride. Believe that. Okay, let's go ahead here. Let's answer some questions. If you are telling us that there's going to be another dilution, what's the incentive for investors in terms of price before the dilution price? Okay, so this is a great question because I thought about it. I'm like, should I wait for the next dilution to buy in? Well, no, because check this out. What happens if the stock goes back? Because I'm not sure, they probably won't dilute until they probably might just buy debt. In the meantime, if the stock price is low, even though debt's terrible for the business, and they might just go ahead and wait till the stock price goes up $7, $8, $10, and then they do a dilution. Then they take that dilution to pay off the debt. And then it drops, let's say, from 10 to 5. But then if you don't buy at 2, then you could have essentially, Alexa, 10 divided by 2. It's 5.
10 divided by 2 is 5.
That's 5 times your money, which you've lost, essentially, right? So you get what I'm trying to say? So the net income, don't confuse this. So I put net income because for normal companies that are free cash flow positive, you would use the net income here. However, for growth companies, because remember, Clover Health is free cash flow negative. For growth companies, sorry for all the zoom in, zoom out. I'm getting a headache here. I'm sorry. The free cash, the reason why we estimated the free cash flow, you would use technically the revenue here because we're using the revenue as a source of information. Because that's why I'm invested in this company, right? It's revenue generating. It's growing and they're increasing market share. The business model is increasing. So I hope that makes sense. That's why we use it in the net income here, the compound annual growth rate. But this is just the compound annual growth rate. You could just say the compound annual growth rate of revenue. I just put net income here because normally for a free cash flow positive company like PayPal, you would just use the net income rather than the revenue. So I hope that makes sense. Could you use an intrinsic value calculation 5 years back to see today's value? Well, it's very difficult. You know why? Because the company has only been, the numbers that I have only is from 2018. So I've actually generated those numbers. I know what you're talking about, using their old growth rate. And I did that. And I know that you're a very smart person. WZ, can I ask, I wish I can do a round of applause to this man here. You know, a lot of people asked me, they're like, Albert, Al, my name, right? Why the hell are, why are you doing it without direct? Because it's my way of trying to see what the value is, let's say 5 years back, like let's say the old growth rates. Smart man. And the answer to that question, it's $15 for the bear, 21 for the base, 32 for the bull, right? And if you want to take 32.68 and you take a margin of safety of 20%, and you take that margin of safety, again, this is Warren Buffett stuff, margin of safety, you would get $26, right? And if you look at Clover Health stock, it hovered right around that area, $28.85, probably some heavy selling pressure at 26. If you want to take a look at it, it doesn't really show you the whole number, but yeah, 26. But it was the high was next to 29. So I hope that makes sense. That's why I did the without direct. So because I'm trying to go back in time, trying to see what the actual value is. Because let's say, for example, Clover Health short squeezes right now, and I'm going to be evaluating it at this level, which means I will sell here because it hasn't reached to that, let's say, value just yet, right? In a way it has, but still, I'm waiting for it to be profitable and free cash flow. That's why I have this for my people on the Patreon group. Excellent question. Excellent. Okay. What's the price target for 2023? It's very hard to tell price targets for 2023. No one, again, short term, it's hard to tell. I can only project long term. Short term let me ask you a question. When is the Ukraine and Russian war going to end? When is inflation going to be taken under control between then and 2023? The answer is no one knows. That's why short term is hard to predict. Awesome. So I hope that was helpful, guys. I really do. You guys have any other questions about our intrinsic value calculation, our artificial intelligent technology? Just a quick shout out here. There's a lot of people in our group making some money here. I mean, look at this. We got the AI signals here. It tells you when to buy and sell. We got our very own brain machine coming soon. This is my own AI here, and I'll tell you, it's really good. Our profits, I'm very proud of our profits here. We have an education here where everyone's learning and submitting profits. I mean, this is just small consistent wins, 400%. What's this one? Yeah, 300%. I mean, I'm just so proud of these people. These people are amazing. You also can track what the Senate and House buy. So there's a lot. There's a lot. But yeah, let me see. I like better your intrinsic calculation using 35% growth rate instead of applying future expected revenue because we already know the current growth, which is higher than 35. Exactly. I like the 35% too because I'm a little bit more conservative, but I also kind of want to know where the direction is going because what most people are doing is they're focusing on the 35%. I'm focusing on the future, and I look at the slope of the future, and as soon as it starts trickling down, I'm going to be the first person to know that I need to get the hell out of this company, which is why I slipped out of Palantir at 26. Haha, right? And sometimes it doesn't work out. Clover dropped too, right? But I, as you can see though, you're able to see that slope slight adjustments, and if you can see it consistently increase, then you know the future is looking pretty good. But once you start seeing that stabilizing, again, it adds more data. Cool. So that's good. Other than that, any other questions? Any other questions? All right. So yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much it. Just to talk. Should I go? Okay. So yeah, Peter. It's very difficult. I don't recommend doing all in. Again, my personal opinion is just dollar cost average. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't give you guys personal advice. But in general, dollar cost averaging works. There was three people, one that bought at the top, one person that tried to time the bottom, and the other person that dollar cost average. The person that dollar cost average won. So dollar cost averaging is the way to go. Okay. Also, another cool thing is you can set like price targets. Like let's say you want to know when a stock price hits a certain level. What our AI system does here is it basically sets a price target, and it'll basically DM you when the price target is reached. Isn't that cool? Very cool. Very, very excited. So about AMC. So the reason why I'm not really into AMC, guys, is because they're going to do a share dilution. And a lot of these people that are in the stock, they're in the stock because of a short squeeze. But the problem is the fundamentals of AMC is terrible. I don't care what people basically thought on tomorrow. Yeah, so we definitely I'm going to do it in the future, but I just wanted to give a kind of brief for all the people that were here for the AMC. I want to just give you guys a little bit of, I don't want to just hang up the call. I'm cultured, I don't want to leave you guys hanging, and I talk a lot with my hands too, so I'm Middle Eastern Italian mix, it's AMC, the fundamentals are terrible. Okay. Yeah. There could be free cash flow positive. I don't see that. I don't see that anytime soon. Let's put it this way. I don't see that until they do a share dilution or maybe a couple. Look at AMC, guys. I mean, what free cash flow positive? They're negative $700 million negative in the free cash flow. Look at their net. And if you look at the past here, they've never honestly really been that much free cash flow. Look at the net income. Look at this, guys. Terrible, terrible, terrible business. And people are like, they're growing. It's because they're growing back to their medium pre-pandemic highs. It's not like this is new growth. It's not like this is new growth, guys. This is going back to their old growth. At least with Clover, you see stepwise fashion to revenue growth that they've never ascertained before, like Tesla and all these other ones. Let's see. In 2017, Clover valuation was 1.2 billion based on the 4SP. So people that know what PS ratio is, price to sales ratio 4.5. 270 million higher, cash burn 3-star ratings of since Clover. No, I completely agree with what you're saying. What you're saying is correct. However, Chamath went into the market when it was frothy. So, you know what I mean? That's why the reason why Clover Health is being evaluated at such a bad place right now is it's basically being evaluated of that of United Healthcare, which is trading at the same price to sales ratio approximately. But for people that are just a little, let me just pull up the, give me one moment here. Pull up the price to sales here. Un momento. I'm usually always ready for a question, but I need to pull this one up. So forgive me here. All right, that's fine. We'll pull it up. It is what it is. What it is. One moment here, guys. Let me pull it. So I know exactly what you're asking. So let me pull that up. Okay. Some PS. Look at all. Download. One moment. All right. So what do you guys see here? This is Clover Health's price to sale ratio. So exactly what he was saying, the highest that this has ever seen is 10, and the lowest is this. You take the medium, we're hovering around 4 to 5. Let's call it 5. Okay. 5 times what they're currently making, 1.47. Alexa, 5 times 1.47.
5 times 1.47 is 7.35.
7.35. And you said 6.75. I'm just doing an average. So it's about what he's saying. So that's another way to calculate kind of a price target. It's not as accurate as a discounted statement of cash flows with our free cash flow intrinsic value calculation, but I do it in my head sometimes to kind of see where the stock is going. I know a lot of other YouTubers use the price to sale ratio to do their calculations, like Zip Trader U uses those types of things. But I use these again. I'm a little bit more math intensive, but I also use PS as well, right? So I use them all. But yeah, that's I agree with what you're saying. Okay. 18,000 put expired Friday out of the money today needed to be assigned. So why this brutal drop? Again, it's because the Federal Chairman Reserve, Jerome Powell, is going to be speaking on Wednesday, and most likely they're going to be increasing rates. There could be, in essence, a taper tantrum, rate increases, Ukraine, and also Russia tapping a missile next to NATO territory, not in, but near. So there's a lot going on. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't really call it a squeeze anymore, guys. However, we can kind of like lie about it, because what's going to end up happening is that there's going to be a lot of dumbos. I hate to say this, so terrible, right? There's going to be a lot of people that are just going to buy thinking it's a squeeze, when in reality, people on our Discord channel and people that are watching this video, you guys are going to know the intrinsic value calculation of a stock, and you guys can go ahead and purchase it, and you'll know how much it costs, and then you can go ahead and short down below. I'll teach you guys how the big boys play, okay? All right. But you got to know the value of the company, so you'll make money on the way up and on the way down. If the war ends, do we think Clover will double if they stick to? Yeah. Again, guys, listen. The stock market is prognostic for future, right? Prognostic, essentially, it predicts the future. The future for Clover Health is bright. The revenue growth is stupendous. They're about to reach profitability in 2023. It's looking pretty good. 2024, 2025 is going to be phenomenal. And it's the decisions that you make today that will determine for the future. Okay. But all right, guys, that's it for today. I don't want to keep this live stream too long, so people that can come in they don't get discouraged by how long it is here. But other than that, it is a privilege and honor. I hope this was helpful. How much did you guys learn? And if you guys can comment down below if there's anything you want me to improve, how can I get better? How can I better serve you? Just, let me know. Again, I've been investing for 10 years, been teaching for 15 years. However, I've been on YouTube for like less than 7 months. So I'm new to this YouTube thing, guys. I'm new. A lot of these other YouTubers are like, who the hell is this guy coming up? Just coming out of the woodworks, right? I'm new here. Thank you for welcoming me. It's really appreciated. So just let me know how I can improve. I mean, honestly, I'm looking for feedback, because that's how you get better, both negative and positive. So I hope to see you guys in the private Discord channel on our Patreon group. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It was so weird saying that in the beginning. Don't forget to smash that like button. It's just so freaking weird, but you got to do it because it helps the YouTube algorithm, right? All these words that I've been learning, right? So sorry, guys. This is all new for me. What else? Also, the Webull. Don't forget to sign up for that. If you guys don't have Webull, they're issuing out 5 free effing stocks. 5 free stocks. All you got to do is deposit a penny, and you can get 5 free stocks valued up to literally $9,000, a little more than that. But yeah, so there'll be a link down below for that as well. And I've been getting a lot of partnerships lately. I've been getting a lot of emails trying to partner. They're all crap. Sorry, they're all crap. So I'm not going to give you guys crap. Webull was a good one. With the whole 5 free stocks, that's that. But other than that, all the other ones, they seem that they just want to take your money. So no good. Okay, so other than that, pretty good. That's for everyone's watching that wants to do sponsorships. It needs to be beneficial for the subscribers, and also I need to think of I need to see a value in it. If it's not valuable, not happening. Try someone else who just wants to make money on YouTube. That's not me. All right, guys. So it's a pleasure. I'll see you guys on the next one. God bless you. Please stay safe, invest safe. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Peace.